Alright, welcome to today's video where I will be dissecting a lima bean and talking about the different parts. So I have a couple lima beans here that have been germinating overnight. So, let me find a good one to use. I think this one should work fine. So, the lima beans were much smaller before they germinated. So these, how I germinated them is I put them in a wet paper towel and put them in the sun and just let them soak overnight. So I'm going to break this open. It's much softer and damper since it's been germinating. Okay, so you're gonna see this coat. There's a coat over this lima bean, and this is to keep it warm. And this lima bean was dormant, which means it was basically asleep, taking a little nap before I put it in water. So there is a little hole around in this area that when the water entered it, it expanded and it's ready to grow now. But since I'm dissecting it, it's not going to be able to grow. But I'm going to put it outside so it can compost and grow another plant. So if I break this open, you're going to see some cool things. So these two parts are the cotyledons. Essentially, when the seed is underground, these cotyledons give it energy to grow. And then once it comes up and sprouts, then the sun's giving it energy. So while it's underground, these cotyledons give it energy. This, you're gonna see a small part on this, and I couldn't find any tweezers, so I'm gonna be using my hand, but I'm gonna be very careful. This little thing is the embryo. The embryo essentially is gonna become the plant. So you can see the little leaves here. There's two of them. And this part here is the root. Hey, editing IDM facts here. I forgot to mention one thing, so here's a video of that. This lima bean is a dicot, which you can tell because, of course, on the embryo, two leaves, and there are two cotyledons. Monocots would just have one cotyledon and one leaf. But all these parts are universal in seeds. Every seed will have a cotyledon, every seed will have an embryo. It's all of them. But there's just different kinds, like monocots and dicots, which is a whole other thing. Thank you for listening to that brief message, and let's get back into the main video. This is going to become the plant, but this whole thing is called an embryo. So it has two parts, the leaves and the root. So once it goes into the ground, it'll split open and grow out, and then cotyledons give it energy, and once it grows to the surface, it will harness energy from the sun. So yeah, coat keeps it warm. That's about all the parts. But you may notice your lima bean has this smell, and it sort of smells like vanilla, but it also smells kind of gross. So it really depends on who you ask. Honestly, it does smell like vanilla to me, but it does also smell gross. So I don't know. I don't know why. It's a very odd smell. So thank you for watching, and those are the parts of a lima bean.